All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is 10:33 a.m. I just did a video. I got a post. Got to just review it. I don't think I cursed in it, but normally I won't post a video if I curse. Just live, unscripted, as it happens, price action. This is not pre-recorded. You can see it's 10:33 a.m. Like I said, and we're doing it live. So let's just do a quick analysis of what we have here. We're at the top of the volume profile, and yet look a beautiful amount of value area right here. A little bump in the profile. We're getting a little bump in the profile here. We got a bunch of buyers up in here, and these little blue lines are a value area for this specific candle. All right. Small numbers here, we're overcoming them. We got a little value, we may come back down a little bit here. We'll see if we come back down. We got a little less negative profile, negative delta. I'm going to go long right here. We just had a nice push up before. I did do a breakout trade in my other video. That was about 10 o'clock, I think. It's a 30-minute video. So let this marinate a little bit. What I'll basically do is what I use is a 10-tick stop and a 20-tick target. Whenever I put an entry in, they go. I don't trade without a stop or a target. Never know if the platform will ever go down, lose your internet connection, lose power. I'm in rural area in the mountains. That's where I live. I chose to retire there. Nice and peaceful. Okay, see this little push down right after this candle? This candle here is becoming quite bearish. All right, if we take a look at this candle and we take this and we superimpose it on here, maybe 50%, maybe slightly bearish. Now we're bullish. Okay, I like the price action. So I'm going to go right here, and there was some resistance here. But if we build up enough volume, and which looks like we are, because this is a volume profile for this specific candle. So if they're just marinating and just buying and selling in here, it doesn't look like big numbers. They're 39, 27. They're actually coming down here to 31 to -9. So this can become positive. So at that point, and when this does become positive, now we're negative again. So the less numbers we see on a negative side, the more positive delta. So you just don't look at these numbers as oh, it's negative delta. All right, because it's constantly changing. You see, we were positive here before, now we're negative here. All right. Remember, we have 41, 39, 35, 33, 61, 90. Okay, so we had a bunch. Now we're down. We went to -90. Now we're -6. So there's a lot of manipulation. Now we have buyers coming in here. You see this? All right. So they had a bunch of sellers here, right? So whoever's buying, they're manipulating. They're seeing these numbers. Says, oh, we got to get out because we have more negativeness. Give it a little time to marinate. So this just became positive pretty fast. We got more positive delta coming in. Now we could stall out here. There's hardly any volume here. 971 compared to the rest. We're looking, and then when you look to the left, we are we're negative here. 940, 494 to 477. All right, and we're negative here. So I'm looking for a lot of volume to come in. 4,042, okay, 47. I want to see this number come down a little bit. All right, if we go to 350, it'll even be better, or maybe 4,500. So we're taking a look at numbers, And you can't get away from the way I trade. You got to be able to read the numbers. All right. If you can't read the numbers, this may not be the type of trading. You probably want to pick somebody else that doesn't trade my way. If it's still into scalping, there's other ways to skin the cat. I've just been profitable and successful with the way I do it. So I'm not going to let anybody. No, I'll look at what people are doing, but I won't let anybody. I won't change my setups. That's it. You change your setup too many times, you're never gonna be profitable. Stick with one thing that you're good at. If you're good at reading candles, stick with candles. Just use the price action and look for numbers. But my calculations, my focus is here, right here. So we'll see. So we were positive here. I think we're still a little. I mean, negative delta on this candle, but we had some decent positive delta. So maybe the price action is just relaxing. Some people may be taking their profits. Who are up here, they're taking their profits right now. We're at an even number, 78. There's a lot of things that can happen in the market, just not people buying and selling. They do it for certain reasons, different reasons. All right. We don't care what reasons they're doing it for. We just need to know how to see. The market needs to, show us what it's doing. It's up to us to determine where we're going to go trade or not. Not having a position is a position. You don't have to trade. This is your profession and you're doing it for a company, then you have to trade. But being a retail trader, you don't have to trade the price action if it's not conducive to your style of trading. They cancel each other out over here. So this candle here was kind of substantial because you don't have a tail or a wick. I guess you could call it the wick tail. I mean, so it's a wick. There's no wick. So it never wicked up. It just went completely down. So my entry, I'm still feeling confident about my entry here as well. So we'll see. At one point, I think it was down here, we just had it shot up pretty fast. So that could happen again. All right. And we'll probably expect a pullback after that. So they're building some volume around here now between the delta and the volume. Here's a big number, even number, 79 even. See if that's where the turn is going to be. All right, so we have more negative delta in here. We did come down. We did come back, more positive delta here. Take a look at 190. I don't care what's happening here. Take a look right here at this POC. Got a bunch of positive delta here and a bunch of buying imbalances. These are still valid. All right. So anyone looking at order flow wouldn't be putting in their shorts here if they see this much balances. So this is probably institutional order flow that we're watching right now. All right. And by the looks of it, they want to bring it back up. So I'm going to come down a little bit right at the top of this candle. We're still bullish here. It's in my risk reward range right there. I want to be able to see my target and my stop loss. 620, 300. We got twice the amount of sellers. We're not going any further down. All right, we're going to let this marinate. Maybe we'll get into some bigger numbers here. All right, this was a low of this candle, and we came back up. And didn't come up too much on the buying. So, yeah, sellers did dominate this, but take a look at this candle. This is a big move. All right, so I call this an interim candle. Insignificant compared to the size of this. It's less than half of what this candle is, maybe a third of that candle. And we had more, this is a pretty extreme number of buyers to come in, 479. Take a look at this, we're just consolidating a little bit. You know, it makes sense. Look at that big run, right? We're just coming down a little bit. Step of the profile, look exactly where my my stop loss is, right here. Yes, for my style of trading, what I like to do is a 10-tick stop with a 20-tick target. So it's risk reward. There's a risk 1 to make 2, but I'll risk 1 to make 1, but that's my minimum. So you have 540, 580, 600 selling imbalance here. You had a buying imbalance here. You had a bunch of sellers here and a bunch of sellers here. If we could overcome this, I'll drop my entry. If we could overcome this price action, somewhere in here. So they may make it. They may be making a final push down before they bring it back up. Let's concentrate on the delta numbers. 134, 122, 129, 140, 135, 143, 150, 160, 200. Okay, so here's where they're fighting it out. I'm gonna go long right here. See if we can hold this low. 295, nothing's coming back. 312, nothing's coming back. You have 1, you got a finished auction right here. Okay, remember, we're scalping. So we're finding opportunity. You know, once we're in the trade, we have to manage it. I'm managing an entry right now. 122, 124, 21, 23. We're in with a buying imbalance. We have a big seller here. We went right by him. The buyers are starting to come in. We have 116 delta. Let's get down to about 50. Let's pop up. There we go. We got positive delta now. We get to about 175, or maybe even here. I'll go to break even. 179.25, 179.0. We got some decent volume coming in. We had some sellers come in. That's good. Two-way trading. You know I like that. Even if we go below my entry, I'm okay. I think we still have a decent support area. We got some buying imbalances. We had a bunch up here before, 114. So we do have a couple of sells in here. We don't know if this is manipulated or not. So far, you know, unless we get a big seller to come in here, and I don't see a seller sitting on any of these price action right now. So we may have actually go up, and if we go to 179, I think we got a decent, even if we go to 179, we got a decent trade here. All right, 252, 259, 79, 184. All right, 290, very good. 305, 306, good. 65, this is good. Get a little more selling on this side. Let's go. All right, a little more here. All right, so price action is tightening up right now. So I'm going to go right here. Give it a little room. Maybe we'll go up a little bit. Don't know. Let's just punch up. One or the other. Good, there you go. 2 points. Okay, if we get a little jump up here, we're still looking at what we do. We have no, we're not in a trade right now. All right, so my entry, I put it at 176.75. So I put down here. And got out at 178.75, which is 2 points. But we're still, you know, we're still here. So I'm good. You know, a couple of seconds after, you know, didn't jump up. So I'm now at, you know, the next trade is just a click away. We got 14 minutes into this video. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And for those of you who are have captions on, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Build a community. We're trading live, unscripted. This is happening right now. It is 10:48. We started this video, I think at, when did we start this video? 15 minutes ago. All right, so this is real time as it's happening, reading the order flow, and hoping that we could capitalize on the market. All right. Volumes are good. I'll probably come back a little later. Got a couple of chores to do. I appreciate you if you're watching the video to this point. I need the watch hours as well for me to monetize, and that's a goal of mine. I got to at least get like, at least 1,000. If I get 1,000 subscribers, we're at about 220 or 240 now. So let's do this. How about we'll do small numbers. Let's get to 500. And let's get to everybody watch a video. And watch through the whole thing. If you want to support the channel, minimize it and just open another, browser and watch whatever else you want on YouTube. But I need to have the watch hours as well to monetize. Once I monetize, I have a whole completely different plan for this channel, and it's going to be more live streaming. This is where I could show live streaming. We could do questions and answers. Okay, so let's get the community moving. And I love doing this. I love trading. I'm retired. Don't need to do this, but I do love to do it. And I like nice things. So the profits that I make from here go into my lifestyle. And that's about it. All right, so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one.